Hello everyone, it's Andrew from GemTCG here, and in today's video I'll be talking about all of the mistakes I've made in investing in Pokemon sealed product and tips for all of you that will be investing in sealed product and what to look out for so that you don't make the same mistakes that I made and so that your sealed Pokemon investments have the best returns possible. And just for context, I've been sitting on a lot of sealed Pokemon booster boxes and other sealed products since I've started around 4 years ago. And luckily, all of my investments happen to be pretty good since I bought it during the Sword and Shield era, and everything I paid like below MSRP and market price around 4 years ago was way lower than it is today. Like I bought Fusion Strikes booster boxes from my distributor for I believe like $80 or $90 a box, and just sold them today for $450 each, and I had 20 of them. So that was pretty big. And then a lot of the other ones were still successful, just not as big as that. But I'm still fortunate for those returns. But there were a lot of investments that I made that did not have such good returns and were a lot lower and also very hard to sell. So I'll kind of go through that in this video so that you don't make these same mistakes. And also, if you need sealed product at a discount, I have a tier on my Patreon where I sell all sealed product at a 10% discount with free shipping. So if you're interested in that, join the Patreon with the link in the description. But let's get started with the video. So number one, and the most important thing, is that booster boxes are key for your investments. And there's many reasons why I say this. Most importantly is that booster boxes appreciate the most in value. Like a Fusion Strike booster box is $450, but a Fusion Strike booster pack is like maybe $10. So when you do the math there, if you bought that at retail, a booster pack is like $4. It would have turned into a $10 investment, which is still doubling your money, almost 2.5 timesing your money. But then if you bought a booster box at retail price and then compared it to today's market price, it would be $140, which was the previous market MSRP, and then today's market value is like $450. So you would have almost 3 times the value, or 3 times your investment. And then another big thing on why booster boxes are crucial to have a good investment is that they take up a lot less space than collection boxes, ETBs, tins, and all those other items. Because if you think about it, it's just a condensed box of booster packs, whereas like these premium collection boxes are huge. They have a lot of cardboard and plastic because they're meant for like being displayed in a retail store compared to just like being held onto, which I guess none of them are being designed to be held onto, but booster boxes are just the best in terms of size and price appreciation. For example, this is a premium Morpeko V playmat collection, and there's 6 of them in here. And then this is how big a booster box case is. So just by comparing the size, a booster box case is like a third of the size of that playmat collection. And then it's also probably like 5 times more expensive. So if you're comparing just size and space, like the space that it occupies and then the value in it, it's much better to get a bunch of booster boxes than to get other items. And ETBs are good if it's like a specialty set because you can't get a booster box in those sets. But if your goal is to get the best return, you're just going to want to focus on booster boxes. And I know booster boxes can be more expensive because they're like $100+ to get. Whereas like a playmat collection, you can buy it for $20 when it's at MSRP, or $30 maybe. But the way to work around that would be to get a booster box every once in a while compared to just like buying collection boxes whenever you get that extra $30 or extra money to spend. And they still do go up in value, so it's not like you can't do it, but it's just if you're looking to get a large amount of items and have the easiest process when selling, you're going to want to focus on booster boxes. Step or number 2 for important things to look out for when investing is to label everything you have and keep everything neat and organized. Because when I have like a 90K collection right now, and when I was pulling everything out, I had to open many booster box cases because I simply didn't have them labeled and I didn't know which boxes were in there. And luckily I was able to sell them to someone that wasn't picky, but a lot of people would not buy booster box cases if they had the seal tampered with or like opened. So what I would recommend to do is label everything, put like maybe a sticky note or put a number on it, and then make an Excel sheet where you put the number on the box associated with whatever item it is. And to also use the collector app if you want to keep track of the value of those boxes. So that way you could see it go up over time and like price check it if you're selling the boxes. It's just very helpful to use stuff like that. Because when I was pulling out all the boxes, it was very overwhelming and very hard to keep track of everything. So definitely label everything as soon as you get it rather than trying to label it all when you try to sell, because it is very hectic when you build a collection for 4 years and then you have to label everything all at once. Another important thing is keeping track of the price you paid for everything. I wish I would have done this when I first started investing and like labeled everything with the price I spent so that I could compare it to today and see like how much I actually made, opposed to just like guessing and assuming how much I paid, because it's kind of hard to remember after like 3 or 4 years how much you paid for a box. And having that information would definitely be helpful and kind of interesting to look at, because one, it shows you like how successful your investment was, and two, it kind of helps you leverage it to make a sale. Because like let's say you spent $200 on a box and it went up to $250, and then someone tries to negotiate you wouldn't want to just like go like, oh, I'll sell for 200, because then you'll be like, you just wasted all that investment and time in that box just to sell it at a break-even cost. Plus, another reason why it's important is for tax keeping purposes. Like you'll want to know your exact profit and expenses to write down. So that's very important to keep track of, and I wish I'd have done that. And then the last one would be taking care of the boxes and not putting them in dusty areas or potentially humid areas. Because after I pulled out some of my boxes, I noticed that like the ones that were at the way bottom, some of them got smushed and it messed with the box and it got a little bit damaged. And then other ones, I guess, had some humidity touch it or water, and the cardboard swelled a little on the ETB, so it became like puffy. So definitely want to keep track of like, or keep your boxes neat and not stacked on top of each other too much, and also put them in a dry area where they won't get dusty. But yeah, to sum it up, basically you're going to want to invest in booster boxes. Also, one other thing is don't overpay. Like don't buy sets that just came out to invest in. Wait like a few months before you buy them, because like if you bought a set that just came out, it's obviously at its peak, and then it'll crash and it'll take a long time before it hits that price point again on average. I know some sets are different, but like a lot of sets have that experience. So definitely don't buy sets that just came out for your investments. And then keep track of what you buy, keep track of the cost of them, and then keep them in a clean environment. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and hope you all have a great day.